Hey, Diamonds in the Rough. This is DeathToBoredom, aka DTB, and Mr. E with episode 9 review of Blue Lock. First impressions by Mr. E and great discussions to come after. So, what are your first impressions of this episode?
Yeah, first impressions of this episode, I just want to keep watching the next episode. It is just so much action, so much fun, a lot of character development, it seems. Yeah, great episode. Give me more.
That's right, that's right. You said that that it felt like you only watched half an episode.
Yeah, it just went by so fast. There just seemed to be nonstop soccer driven action, just I don't know. Bachira, Isagi, everyone, everyone's just stepping it up in this episode, and yeah, it was a real fun watch. Time definitely flew by too quick.
Exactly, right. Yeah, everybody got a shot in um to like get their development, which is quite shocking in a way. Like I'd say that about four people got development throughout the episode at the very least, maybe even five actually. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, let's talk about it. But before that, I guess we'll start with the beginning of the episode where you notice something about Nagi, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right away after. Well, we see him score that
4点でいい
first goal so
なんだ
effortlessly
よ今
in
のコール
the last episode, right at the end, scores it so easily. And then
Hmm.
yeah, he starts talking to Rio, and just kind of like, yeah, can I leave? Can I play hooky? Bored with
Yeah,
this. Yeah. He just kind of
yeah,
is he's writing off Team Z right away.
yeah. That's true. That's true. And what do you think about that, really?
I feel like that's just such a common trope in anime where that perceived bad guy or antagonist, it's kind of like, I don't know, a foreshadowing thing. Like he's what's it called? Well, he's not thinking very highly of his enemy. He's
Yeah.
underestimating Team Z,
Underestimate. Yep.
and that usually is the first red flag. It's just like, oh, yep, they're gonna be quite surprised here pretty soon because yeah, they're the main character, or the protagonist in this case. The entirety of Team Z is really going to step it up and make things much more interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And yeah,
Uh,
they
yeah.
do
Go ahead.
deliver that.
And they did deliver. Yep, for sure. But yeah, like yeah, as you said. But yeah, I mean, he has every right to think that way for sure, though, because they haven't done anything, and or they did actually. They did do something, but I guess it's that their execution was off, and therefore, he got bored because he's just like, well, for one thing, it's 11v10 in his favor, right? His team's favor. Like, why does he need to be there? Type of thing. Um, and then what was it? He's just yeah, they couldn't get their shot, and he got the shot so easily. So that's another thing.
So yeah, he's just writing them off right away because he saw that he could succeed where they've already failed, and it is
Exactly.
just so instantly. Like it
Right.
seemed like they had put so much effort into this first go, and then
Hmm.
they just fell slightly short. And they're still pretty jazzed about that. They're like, okay, yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
And then within seconds, yeah, Rio and Nagi just, oh, this is what you were trying to do? Okay, let me try. And then they just make it look so easy, so effortlessly.
Yep.
And
That's
yes, I
right.
mean, like you're saying, yeah, Nagi, he's definitely kind of in the right. It goes right along with his character. We've already learned that he's very lazy. He can barely finish his food in the cafeteria, and not because he's stuffed or not hungry. It's just pure laziness. We
Yeah.
saw him playing video games in the locker room, so he'd just rather be doing something that he finds fun, and when it's this easy to take down another team, it's not fun, you know? So he's
Yeah.
just like, "Well, I'd rather be doing something better."
Yep, yep.
Which is just one of the biggest insults I could imagine, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. You like you literally nailed it right there. How his
Mhm.
personality is, and like that just actually in a way just goes to show how human he is, really.
Yeah, right, exactly.
He's
Yeah,
just a
he
super powered human.
pretty much, yeah, he's that guy that everything just comes easy to him, you know? And
Yeah.
so, well, at least from what we can tell so far, it seems everything just comes so easy to him, and if he
Mm-hmm.
has to put in any effort, then it's not fun, and he just wants to have fun and not be bothered by, having to try or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that.
I see, I see. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's a very fair point to make too. Yep. That like if he has to try then it's not fun. But I feel like I mean, I guess like cuz like the thing was that last episode at the end, right? We find that uh Rayo manages to convince him to play soccer, right? And
Right.
the
Mhm.
after uh thingy, the after short thing, right?
Mhm.
Nagi was like in sores, so I mean, to be in sores, that means that you had to have tried to the point where your body gets sore, right?
That is a good
And
point.
yeah, so it's like, well, uh, he did try there, and he hasn't given up on soccer yet. It's been 6 months, and yeah, like I think that it has some merit to it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think that almost like speaks more to like Reo, just like Nagi has at least enough respect and admiration, or at least takes a slight liking to Reo, where he's willing to put he's willing to put up with the hassle for
yeah.
him, for his sake.
Yeah, no, not and not just because, oh yeah, I like this guy. I mean, in a way, anyway. Like usually people are like, oh yeah, I like this guy because he's like this, but he's like that. But for Nagi, I'm pretty sure he just likes him because Ryo is just giving him everything and helping him and supporting him in every way, right? Like
Y-
that's like not
yeah.
natural at all.
Right. No, that's a good point too. Yeah, I'm sure Rayo's just going, over like above and beyond just to try to keep Nagi's interest in soccer, you
Exactly,
know.
right. And that's funny in a
So,
way, right? Because like
oh,
it's
very
usually
funny.
that Rayo is like getting everything given to him, but in this case, Rayo's the one that's doing the giving. Like he's giving everything to Nagi. It's
Mm,
pretty ironic how that works like that, right? Like he's his caretaker.
yeah, that is actually a good something good to point out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like we thought that he was quite spoiled, right? And then it's like here he
Yeah,
is being so
that was my
unspoiled, really.
assessment. Yeah, that was my original assessment of Rayo, that he's just kind of a spoiled rich kid who's used to getting whatever he wants, but now he's giving so much in order to, I mean, it seems like it's in order to get what he wants, but like we talked about last time too, if there's only one person that can be known as the world's greatest striker out of this
Hmm.
program, how is it going to be him if Nagi's still in the program? Because he's
Yeah,
clearly a league above.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, very true. Like, and here we see like Rayo's passing the ball to Nagi. Nagi's the one that's getting the score.
Right. Yeah. So he's just further, pushing him further and further ahead of him. So that's interesting.
Hmm.
Like, I
But
wonder what his end
yeah.
goal would be then. I mean, does he just want to be part of Nagi's greatness kind of thing, or does he have a plan to rise up there with Nagi and then just tell
Hmm.
Nagi to, take a step back? Or I don't mean, I
Yeah,
don't feel like he's that petty, but we've only just met these characters, so.
yeah. But not only that, okay, well, I made a mistake. I do believe that Rayo himself did score one, right? No, he did not. Okay, never mind.
No, yeah, I think
Just
it's
as we see, the second goal.
right. Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
just has 2 assists. So yeah,
yeah,
Nagi's
yeah.
got two.
But the third
Rayo's got
one,
two assists.
the glasses guy, gets it.
Yeah, speedy specs.
Yeah, the fake glasses.
Yeah, right.
So funny, this guy.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
love his
god,
character. So yeah, it's just
such
doesn't
a
like being
goofball.
called stupid by people that don't know him. But if you know him, feel free to call him stupid as much
Right?
as you
This is an affectionate term. Not that he
Yeah.
would know the word affectionate though.
No, yeah, not be able to use it correctly. Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
Yeah, such a
This is
goofy
my
character.
territory. Did I use that word right?
Did I use that? Oh god, yeah, that's
Oh
funny.
my god, so funny.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
here
Do you
we
think he
see
used the word right?
yeah, he did his best.
Yeah, yeah. You
Uh,
know what? Close
but
enough. Close
yeah,
enough.
close enough.
Hmm.
So yeah, they're already up 2-0, and it's what, the first couple minutes of the episode? Like
Is
it
what it
just
makes you
does
think anyway. But like by the end of the episode, like 60 minutes have already passed. Like what happened? Like
right. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my gosh. It's
yeah,
crazy. And
but
yeah, people are
for
starting to fight
sure.
with each other.
Yeah, I mean the first goal they did like give a time. They were like, oh, in less than a minute or some shit like that, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Uh, but for the second one, I don't know. I mean, it should be very close anyway. Yeah,
Oh
this is
yeah,
my
no.
territory. In any case, though, besides that, let's go on to the next one. So, let's see. Yeah. Do you want to go over the Isagi um analyzing Nagi?
Yeah, sure, we can.
Okay, yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like wondering just because like it feels like we already did it, but yeah, go
Yeah,
for
I
it.
mean, I just made that note here, but just because it was way at the beginning of the episode, it's almost like a recap.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
for
like a
sure.
recap of the last scene in the previous episode where Isagi is just going over all of these amazing techniques that Nagi performed just so
Hmm.
effortlessly. He just mastered all this stuff. Doesn't even look like he's trying, just comes natural to him.
Yeah.
And this whole little analysis that Isagi does just puts him further in this pit of despair kind of thing. Gets
Hmm.
closer and closer to losing faith. And
Yeah,
of course
yeah,
he's
because he
he's the
can't.
first one we see losing faith because we got his narration throughout it all, but
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, and then like Shigiri's got his speed beaten in for like in 5 to 10 second time lapse, I guess, right?
right,
Um,
right.
and so it's like I found that so funny because like in episode 7 we were going off like, oh my god, he's such a monster and whatnot, right? And then like episode
Yeah,
8,
right.
yeah, episode 8 was like a break episode, I guess, right? Because it's
Right.
just Isagi trying to learn more, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, right. It was more so yeah, a break from the tension that's building up in these games, and then yeah, we just get to see Isagi kind of try to develop more as a soccer player on his own.
Hmm.
With who is it? Baru?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it's just like in just one game, Chigiri's already beat now. It's pretty crazy.
Right, yeah, like they just unlock this beast, we all of a sudden think they'll be unbeatable, and then Team V comes around and just shows that they are very beatable.
Yeah, in just one interaction. But yeah.
Yeah, they have this three-headed monster on their team with Nagi, Ryo, and then Speedy Specs. I haven't got his
Yeah.
name down quite yet, but but yeah, those three together, they're just insane. So yeah, it's quite intimidating to everyone on Team Z, it seems. But then we do have one that's just more excited about it all instead of, showing any fear.
Mm-hmm.
That's our boy
Yeah.
Bachira.
Hell yeah. All right, yeah, let's get into that, right? Like everybody else losing faith, but this guy here, nah. Nah, bruh.
Nah,
Is
look,
that
yeah, he's just
smile.
got that intense smile, that look in his eyes of just the monster
Yeah.
trying to, break free. And yeah, he doesn't see this as an obstacle, but he sees it as an opportunity to finally unleash his own monster, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just, the sign of I feel like it's a sign of a great athlete and just, the right mentality to have, especially well, I mean, in the sporting world and just in life in general.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like this is the attitude to have at all times. Um,
Mhm.
but that's only you are if you are good enough for it anyway. Um,
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, you don't
not
wanna
everybody can have this mentality.
your eyes can't be bigger than your stomach, really. You have to be able to
uh,
stomach it, but yeah,
yeah.
he's
Very
got the
good said.
talent, he knows that, he's trying to surpass his limits. He knows
Yep.
that there's a chance that he can do it, and so, yeah, he's taking that chance.
Yeah, the entire time, like throughout the episodes, it was always person, that person. Uh, and well, I mean, Bachira did have a little bit in the beginning for sure, but it's been a long
Yeah,
time since Bachira had a spotlight. Actually, I don't remember a time
right.
when he like did his thing. Before
Yeah,
now, since the last time he had the spotlight.
right, he was pretty much introduced and kind of given to us as a character that, there's something special about him, just wait. And then, yeah, episodes and episodes went by, and we got to see a bunch of other people get this spotlight, and now it's finally made its way back to Bachira.
Yeah, yeah. His moment to shine is when we need to evolve more as a team.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah, that's what it is. He's the first one to step up and not lose the faith.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was quite something that I like the way that they uh section out the episodes, I guess. And like, yeah, Bachira is not gonna have his time just yet. Like, we gotta give these other people the time because, we only have so much a lot of time for each episode, so we gotta like, uh, give everybody else some spotlight before giving it back to Bachira, who we did introduce to be quite the potential, special partner to Isagi. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, let's see here. What was it? Do you want to go more into that then? About Bachira and his scoring? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, right there, yeah, he does get a score on him, like that's just he's the first one on Team Z to really, not show fear and push forward, and then we see that he has success in that. And right here, yeah, he's just doing so much like with his technique and everything, making
mhm.
Rayo and then what next is yeah, Speedy Specs, making them all just look like amateurs almost. I mean, you can
uh,
tell that there's a lot of effort that he's putting into it, but also his face just shows like, yeah, he's just stuck in the he's not stuck, but lost in the moment. He's focused on just moving forward. And yeah,
mm.
he's gaining a lot of or getting a lot of success with this.
Yeah,
Luckily,
yeah.
these 3 here are kind of 3 nobodies.
The three nobodies. Yeah, but like, what was it? And that Nagi is like far forward as a striker, so he's not gonna be
Exactly.
defending, doing any of that.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with Nagi. Sorry, deal with Bachira. Yeah. But I will say that yeah, I mean that was a nice comment that you made there. It made them look like amateurs, like they
Right.
don't know what they're doing. That's
Yeah.
pretty
I mean,
funny. Yeah.
I wonder if they've had to like if they've had to really face this kind of competition with the other teams because I mean, we saw them score those 3 goals so quick, so easily on Team Z. I feel like a
Mm.
lot of other teams they might just lose the faith right away and I mean, these guys are getting so much goals every game it seems, scoring so many times and So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is more so one of the first times they're really facing, people that are still in the game, not haven't lost complete faith and everything, not running
Mm-hmm.
around desperately.
Yeah, yeah. Who knows how those other games went? They could have like stomped them so badly that they like just stop
Froze
playing
almost.
well at
Yeah.
all, I guess, right? They're just
Mhm.
like hanging on for dear life, but they're not actually trying to win anymore. Um,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, who's to say really? Nothing really tells that that's the case anyway that I can remember. Um, like yeah, they do the best and whatnot, but um, nothing like they weren't like blatantly saying, "Oh yeah, like all those other teams, they were nothing. Like they're just like they were complete shit compared to us." Or like we haven't had any competition at all. They were just like confident about their skill and confident that they'll
Mhm.
make it to the top and whatnot.
Right,
But
right.
nothing like, "Oh yeah, we completely crushed the other teams." Like obviously the first one was with a complete crush with ease and whatnot, but
Mhm.
uh, the other games, I do believe that they had to like struggle a little bit, um, like the goal points or something. No, I think it was like 5-3, but don't quote me on that. But at least
Yeah,
that
yeah,
other
5 to
team
3 or 5 to
scored
2 or something
some.
like that
Yeah,
against
yeah.
in their last game when they went against Baro, right? Team
I have
X, I
no
think
idea. Uh,
I think that was the
I
last
wouldn't
score,
know,
but
but yeah, if it was Baro's team, then shit, that sucks for his team. Then like even though he's king, he lost, right?
yeah, right, right. I
Yeah.
forget with this round of eliminations, is it only the one team in the building will advance and then like the top scores from the others, or was it
Uh,
multiple teams could
I
advance?
believe it had something to do with top. So I like if there's like 6 teams, then I believe it'd be like top three, and then the other three go
Hmm.
down.
Okay.
But because like oh yeah yeah yeah, it has to be like that because like this team Z is just barely scraping by.
Right, yeah, and they've only had one loss and one draw, so they
Mm-hmm.
need this win, right, in order to
Yeah, yeah,
remain in the
exactly,
top 3, I guess.
something like that.
Hmm.
I mean, they did have a win on the yeah, they have a win, they have a draw. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. But in any case, though, oh, and they do have a loss. We do have to count that from Varo's team.
Yep, yep. The loss, the draw, and the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they have to make it into like the top three or some shit like that anyway. But
Mhm.
yeah. So that's the situation with the team stuff. But the ones that are in the losing teams are the best strikers from those teams uh will advance. Like if Baro was in the losing team, then he just gets to advance by himself.
Right, right. Yeah, with him being the only, like, notable character on that team, that's probably how that'll be.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right. He was the only one that was notable. That's a very good observation right there.
Mhm.
But yeah, okay then. So besides that though, um but yeah, like Bachira, reignited the flame for everybody and their conclusion is that they need to evolve, of course, but it's like that's a natural conclusion to come to. Like how else are you supposed to take it really? It's like
Yeah, right.
if what you have isn't good enough, then obviously you have to go over your limits. But
Right, yeah, exactly.
yeah, they executed it well. It's like this is something that's natural, but the way that they executed presenting it was hype, as one would say.
Yeah, and, it's interesting too. I mean, like, Bachira shows that, shows them, reminds them that they have to, uh, advance to this next level, push beyond their limits in order to win.
Hmm.
And so then we see everyone on the team now, they're starting to try to, push past their limits
Yep.
and there's success with Kunigami. He gets it, gets him another goal even, and then I just noticed that it's Isagi really struggling with this advancing. He's
Mm-hmm.
like overthinking or overanalyzing, and he's not showing a lot of success in the midst of it.
Mm-hmm.
Even the temple monk guy gets in the way and blocks a shot with his
Yeah,
face.
yeah. Blocking Nagi's shot is now actually quite a spectacle or something like, it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's him surpassing his limits.
Yep, exactly. That was so funny about like, okay, he gets in the way, so that's just like really perfect in itself. It's like he managed to uh know where the shot is gonna go, and split second decision goes to it. But the
S-
funny part is his hands behind his back, right?
he doesn't want to take the chance of blocking it with his hands and getting a handball.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, that shows that it wasn't just like a mistake or anything. He put the effort in to do that.
Yeah, yeah, this is a soccer
Ugh.
player, this is what they train themselves to do so that they don't accidentally touch the ball when they're blocking, and like there would be no
Yep.
excuse to say that he used his hands if his hands were out, right? Like
Hmm.
somebody could like say that, right? Like but
Oh,
with it
easily, right.
with it like this, no chance.
Ugh. I'm sure he was hoping the ball would probably hit him in the chest, but face is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, he's still jazzed up about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. And like in the beginning, like, I was saying like, oh, he's never gonna like make any difference, but it's what, like two, maybe even three times now he's actually made a difference.
Yeah, look at him go, prove you wrong.
Yeah, like you think that the one with the least character design would get the least role, but
Right, but
no.
here he is,
Yeah, man.
showing
Like,
that character design isn't everything.
yeah, yeah. Looks isn't everything really, but yeah.
Hopefully not, because he just got smacked in the face.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta give credit where credit's due anyway, for
For
sure.
sure.
But yeah, like and then what was it? Kunigami, I guess we'll go there. Um so he had to
Yep.
surpass himself, but like he was doubting himself uh at first, and then like Isagi was the one that reminded him to
Mhm.
like to not doubt himself and to just push further, right?
Right. Yeah,
So
right, yeah, he gives him that, like, he shouts out just like, yeah, basically what, like, "You can do it," or "Just keep on going,
yeah, it
take the
was like, you
chance."
want to be a superhero, right?
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. Because I mean, that just goes to show, that they're bonding outside of the soccer field and everything. It means a lot.
Yeah,
He knows Kunigami and he knows what he wants, and so he knows how to push him forward, how to propel him,
yep,
inspire him, and all
exactly.
that.
Light that spark.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, we see that it's a success because then Kunigami takes the shot. He takes the shot, takes a chance from shooting out further out of his range and everything, and it's a
Mm.
success.
Yeah, yeah, and not only that, it did a trick too, apparently, like a no spin, and
Right.
this
Yeah.
no spin makes it so that it drops earlier than it was supposed
Mhm.
to, and it looks weird too.
Yeah, like in baseball, I think it's called like a knuckleball.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
You
about
throw the
right.
ball without a spin on it, and then yeah, it just drops in the pocket a little sooner than it normally would.
Yeah, yeah. That's like that's what I love about physics is like these tricks that you can do with physics.
Yeah, right. I mean, I wonder the first person that figured out how to hit the ball with no spin or throw a baseball with no spin.
Hmm.
Like that must have just seemed like a cheat code.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it still feels like a cheat code just thinking about it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy. They even showed that there's no spin on it in the animation.
Oh
It's just
yeah.
looks so weird without it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that it would actually look like that, like the way that it dropped. but
Right.
whatever, right? Like, who cares? Uh, yeah, like it's good that they at least showed like that it was no spin throughout the entirety of it too, and he
Mhm.
had to shoot from outside his usual range too, which was 28 meters. I think it was what they were saying, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but that's another funny thing. It's like Borrow, like his shoot range was 27 meters. So
Yeah.
Kunigami has 1 meter over him apparently.
Right, yeah. No, yeah, I see that you put that in the notes. I was just like, "Oh, geez, I wasn't even thinking about that at first," but that's a great mention right there.
Yeah, we learned that
Yeah,
last episode.
Kunigami, he surpasses the king even, I guess. But who knows? Like Baro, he was first saying it's 20, or I guess Isagi was
Yep.
analyzing it at 23. Then
Yep.
Baro's like, haha, 27.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
all we know, it could be even further, you know?
Yeah, it could be. That's yeah, like I mean, like analyzing Borrow, I don't think he has a reason to lie because
Mm-hmm.
um he's just he's so prideful that it's like even if he gives Isagi information, what can he really do with that, right? Like he'll never stop him either way, type of thing,
Yeah,
right?
he does have the physicality over Isagi still.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose, next time they meet, because I'm sure he'll be advancing whether his team does or not.
Yep, for sure,
So,
for sure.
so yeah, it'll be interesting when they do. I don't know if they're going to do like a re-roll or something for teams in the next round, or what's going to happen with all these players that, move forward without their teams.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps
But
they'll
either
all
way
just be in
though.
together. But
Yeah.
yeah, either way.
Yeah, like they've evolved a lot in these past few episodes, so who let's we'll see how much they can take on Barrow then.
True, true.
But yeah, like what was it? Yeah, like Bachira doesn't really need anybody to help him evolve. But Kunigami did. He needed that pep talk from Isagi, right? Like
Yeah.
he's more on the normal side, and this goes to
Hmm.
show that like people, like here you go, like someone evolved because someone else was morally supporting them.
Right.
Like moral
Hmm.
support isn't something to laugh at.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's well, for some people, it's a much needed tool that will, in fact, push them further.
Exactly. Yep. And yeah, like I like everything is has their own like results and their own reasoning and whatnot and their own values, and like all you have to do is look at how the person evolves, how they take things and how they further themselves, right? And
Hmm.
the same is with people who don't get further. It's like, why is it that they don't go further? Well, they don't have this, they don't have that, right? Like, uh, that's another way to look at it, like reverse engineering or something like that, right? Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, so uh, I mean, not yeah, but like again, not everybody in this episode has gotten um it has evolved, right? Like those two on the right side, for
Yeah.
example, I didn't see anything from them throughout
Yeah,
the
they
entire
kind of just seem
episodes.
like they just seem kind of like the extras on the team.
Yeah, it's crazy how like the temple kid is like more than them. He gets more than them.
Yeah, right. He's getting more screen time, more character development. Because what, with was it the darker haired, brown haired kid? He the romantic one, the romance nerd or whatever?
Oh, let's just say he is whatever.
Yeah, but then what's the other one? I don't even know. It's just
Right.
they're just kind of
Yeah.
fillers, to make up the 11 that they need.
Right. Right. Exactly that. And like, there's again, they're only working with 10 people. They're not.
Yeah, right. Kuon's nowhere, yeah, nowhere to be found yet. Is he even on the field or off to the side or
He's just off
anything?
to the side, yeah.
He's off to the side, okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't see him at all during the episode, so
He did show up a few seconds here and there, I guess, right? Like it's just
just
to
like
show his reaction
reactions
is
or
like
something.
whenever they scored at some point he would show up and he's like smirking, like haha, you guys aren't gonna win.
Haha, my team sucks. Like, okay. You know
uh,
who else sucks? My team. Like, all right, dude. Jesus. Freaking
yeah,
cool
yeah.
on. He was gonna be so cool, you know. I thought he was really gonna kind of break the stereotype of the slit-eyed characters where he's not a snake, but then he was a
Yeah.
snake.
Yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still good writing because, like, okay, you know, he's like doing all the strategizing stuff and whatnot, and like, you know, the one with more brains, they will look for different options, and such
Mm-hmm.
option uh, of betrayal is something that one can think of. This is what happens when one person is doing a lot of thinking by themselves anyway.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why that makes this a good writing that he betrays the team, and but like to like work with only 10 people versus 11. Uh, I mean, whether that's good writing or not, I don't really know. But it does what is it called? Help my argument anyway. Reinforce my argument about how, you know, I believe I said it last episode or maybe the episode before that. I don't know. That they need um sorry, only so many people can be on one ball at a time, right? Like even if you have
Right.
11 players, you could have 20 players and it won't matter. Maybe, probably, I don't know. Um,
Yeah, I mean that is a good point. Like, I think there's like what 7-on-7 leagues and stuff like that, and just like you can play soccer like 4-on-4 even, you know.
mm,
Just I think with the 11-on-11, maybe that's just what they've decided is the it's not too much and not too little. It offers a lot of strategy, enough
mm,
challenge for coaches, and
yeah,
like we saw with Kuan, he was the strategic mind of the team at first, and so yeah, that's a lot of thinking to do for one person, and then yeah, he betrays them.
yep. He defects because he thought too much.
Yeah, basically. So hopefully EA isn't the same way.
Definitely not. Like this guy is so forward and so, yeah, so straight, like an arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not really worried about EA at all. He seems like someone who would grow up to be like a really good coach or something. He just has that look to him, that
Yeah. Not just that
calmer
look, but like,
demeanor.
you know, he was the one that volunteered to be the goalie and stayed as the goalie. Like, how can you be any more honorable than that amongst all the a
Seriously.
team of strikers? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, in a game of strikers, you know, where you have to stand out as the the most successful striker on your team and everything. He really put a lot of faith into his team as well as a lot of I don't know. He's risking a lot, I would say, just being the goalie, and so yeah, as you
Yeah.
said, very honorable of him.
Yeah. I wouldn't really say it was faith in the team. I think that it's just you just have to, right? Like someone has to. And
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
because he's so honorable, he will self-sacrifice.
Hmm.
Although I don't really know, like he didn't volunteer for it at first, right? Like it's only after that first time, he's just like, well, you know, I already have the experience of the goalie, and nobody else has, so it's like it would be detrimental if if uh if someone else has to like learn to be the goalie now because it's like first
Right.
time for them too.
Well, and they lost their first game, right? And so
Yeah, they
then the
did lose their
second
first
game.
game, but he still is the only one with any experience at all.
Well, no, yeah. All I'm trying to say is they lost their first game, and so then the second game they knew they had to step it up, and they couldn't play around with someone else trying to learn goalie. So yeah, it just
Hmm.
made more sense for him to stick around with that position.
Exactly. Yep, yep. They can't afford it. But yeah, like yeah. Where were we even going with that anymore? Like now I lost track of everything. I feel like we can just conclude that anyway.
Yeah,
Um
no, I think nothing more to say about Kuon really, and then
yeah.
we just kind of spoke a bit about EA
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, yeah. But in any case though, moving past that because he's not important anymore. um let's see here. But yeah, that's what I wanted to go into. Like, I believe in Aoashi, like, wasn't there a game, a practice game where they had less people on their team, on the main character's team, than the other team, and they had to like
Yeah,
work
yeah.
around that?
I think it was something like crazy. It was like 10 on 20 or something like that. It
Yeah.
was really ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's why I said that. I was like, I was just doing a ballpark, like, oh yeah, 11 versus 20, they won't make a difference. But like, I felt like, oh man, like maybe that's going a little too far. But then I thought about it, like Aoashi just comes to mind after that. I was like,
Hmm.
wasn't there an episode like that actually? uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. God, I can't even remember how that exercise went for Awashi or
Yeah, but I
Aoi.
believe it was still the triangle. Um, that was the where the triangle became a thing or became the thing really.
Yeah,
Where
right.
he like it clicked for him, and then they just like understood each other that at that point.
Mm.
Like it had to be that
Yeah.
game anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that would make sense. Kind of just proving that the triangle is in fact the strongest formation you can have in
Soccer,
soccer. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like 20 don't matter, because the triangle is like the most powerful formation to getting to the goal, and why is that is because when you have the three of you, like how are they gonna get in between you guys if you guys understand each other so much, and like also look at the other team to like strategize, hey, where should I be? Should I be here? Should I be there? And then like when they do know the perfect weak points, then it just goes on from there, right? It just snowballs
Hmm.
from there.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like very um definitely, yeah. I mean, team games are always very in depth in terms of strategies, and like even with football, like I look at football and I think, wow, it's like it's not. It's just a guy throwing a ball, and then like everybody's trying to just stop the other guy who gets the ball and carries it or whatever. That's what it
Well,
looks
that's
like to
not
me.
true at all, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like
That just
to an
goes to show if you
outsider.
don't, yeah, if you
Yeah.
don't take time to look at actually analyze a sport, yeah, it goes to show how easy things can be
Yeah, or how they look really,
conceived.
how easy they look.
Well,
But
yeah, I mean, soccer from the outside perspective, like before I started watching these, yeah, I mean, soccer didn't seem like it was so crazy. It's just, okay, a bunch of guys go towards one goal with the ball, and then if the other guys stop them, they go towards the other goal with the ball. Eventually, one of them scores a goal. Because how many soccer games in the professional world just end 1-0? It's like, okay, sweet. Watch this for, was it 2 90-minute halves? Watch that, 180
Mhm.
minutes of this for one goal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Mm.
mean, like, just from the outside perspective, I mean, it's the same thing with basketball. Okay, you got 10 guys on this court, and they're all just trying to get a ball into a hoop. Baseball, one guy throws a ball, and the other guy hits it with a stick. It's.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you
Yeah, I don't know
take
if
any sport,
like
yeah,
I don't
it
know
just
I don't know if that applies to every sport. Like for basketball, I feel like is like you could see it better there, because the thing with basketball is the difference between basketball and all those other sports is that all these
Hmm.
other sports have very giant fields. Okay, very very giant ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Basketball, you barely like you don't even have half the size of a football field, I feel like, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how long a basketball court
But
is.
like, you don't have to, you really do not have to go that far anyway. That's really the
Right.
point, right? Like,
Yeah,
so
but
with
it's just
basketball, I
so
feel
like
like is
fast
actually
paced
easier to see. Um,
to
to,
see.
to see that like there's more to it than just
Yeah.
trying to get the ball into hoop. Like you can see the team play easier because everybody is closer together, and therefore it makes it
Mm.
more fast paced.
Yeah, it's very, very like probably I don't know, soccer or not soccer, basketball and hockey are probably like the fastest paced games. There's like no really breaks in them. You just keep going back and forth,
Hmm.
trying to go get as many goals as possible or basket hoop. What is that what it's called in basketball? Just a basket? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Get in the basket, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, so I mean that was my argument for it to like not just look like it's just a simple game, or like it doesn't look simple, right? Um
Mm.
Especially with all the dribbling too, like all that dribbling and like the trick shots and like the
Oh yeah.
tricking opponent with how they're like going around them and whatnot, right? Like
Right.
how Bachida dribbled past Rayo, right? The way that he did it with
Yeah,
him.
that spin move or whatever he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
exactly. Spin
shows a
trick
lot
and
of
whatnot.
control and all that. Yeah, there's a lot of technique in basketball as well as soccer and everything. But yeah, I mean, you could say that about a lot of other sports too, because it's just like in order to get past defenders on the sports, court, field, whatever you're playing on, it's like the tiniest little juke or whatever. You have to have the slightest like athletic ability, I guess, like over your opponent in order to, get past them. And so,
Hmm.
yeah,
And I would
with all
say
these.
creativity plays a big role too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it was, yeah, just in the last season of the NFL, there was one of the craziest moves I've ever seen in football where a running back was going down the field with the ball and he jumps, like he's dodging these defenders left and right. And then he literally jumps up and hurdles a player backwards. Like, that is just the most, like, I don't know, the biggest example of athleticism I've ever seen, like, on the TV. Like, it's just insane what he accomplished there. I mean,
Hmm.
then, like about 5 yards later, I think he finally got tackled, but I mean, still.
That was funny. Okay,
Well,
how
yeah,
you?
you got like 11 guys coming at you all focused on you. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, the fact that you get past 5 or 6 of them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
insane.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I can only really was it depend on you whenever if you were to ever like get enough info on soccer and what was it? No, I don't know baseball, but I guess like soccer is like, okay, so now that you know a lot more about soccer, what do you think of soccer versus football at that point, right? It's like if you get to the point where you like are a lot more advanced with understanding soccer anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, they are quite similar in some aspects in that like they have to both go through a large field, um
Yeah, right.
and it's still funny to me that it's called football. Like the only football about it is the initial kick, right?
Yeah, and then you got the extra points and the punts and all that too. But yeah, not a whole lot of foot hitting the ball,
Hmm. Yeah,
not compared to
it's
like
so weird.
soccer, which
Like
is also football. But
why
yeah,
did they like just have to steal that name? Because like it was already football when
yeah,
like
that is a
for
good
the other
question.
sport
Maybe it
for
sounded
soccer.
better than like pass ball or run ball or throw ball, like
Yeah,
they're just
I
like,
mean,
let's see, football. That just maybe they. I think America just likes stealing things from other countries, you know.
Yeah,
So
okay, yeah, that makes a lot
that's.
like when you put it
I
that
think
way,
that's what it
yes.
comes down
That
to.
really that's really what it comes down to, yes.
Getting rid of the U, putting in two O's. Now it's Americanized.
Oh man.
uh,
But in any case, though, let's move on past that. That was a good discussion outside of soccer, but like yeah, I mean yeah, I do like those ones too. When we like just what was it
little
called?
tangents,
When we like
going off topic and
going
whatnot.
off topic, but there's like a word a phrase for that.
Hmm.
Oh well. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come to us
yeah,
after
it'll
the
come eventually,
podcast. I'm
maybe.
sure.
In any case, though,
But yeah, any case.
yeah, so let's get to the part where it's about Isagi, right? Like, Nagi makes the comment about how he's being so inefficient and like, oh, what do you like? Why didn't you just take the shot? Like, bro, it was right there.
Oh
Like, why are
yeah.
you so inefficient?
Yeah, what's your problem, dude?
Yeah, like I would just quit. I would just quit soccer at that point. If yeah, like you had the
If I
shot right
had
there.
your level of talent. Yeah, like that's just such a good insult, but it just seems like so I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's truly trying to insult him. He's just giving him his analysis. Like, oh, if I were as bad as you, I would just not do it. It's like, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Oh, I was so hoping Gagamaru was gonna make that shot right there, and freaking Speedy Specs has to run by.
yeah, it's the narrative. They changed their strategy, and the strategy works out really well until this guy
Mm,
apparently.
yeah, until the main character gets into it. Jeez,
Uh,
was getting in the way.
yeah, and apparently he was 23 meters away.
Yeah, right. 22, 23.
But yeah,
But
so
yeah,
he
he
was.
just getting
Let's
in
actually
his own
break that
head.
down though.
Okay, sure.
Because Nagi was like, "Oh, you were being so inefficient, right?" It's like we learned later that he what he meant by that was like he was overthinking it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part where he was overthinking it when he was calculating the meters to the goal, right? So it's
Yeah,
like
right.
he by thinking about that, that half second that he took to think about it to that he could have taken the shot was stolen away from him, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Like you said, yes, overthinking. He needs to rely more on instinct instead of over analysis that he's been doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? You suck.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Uh,
good old Raichi.
yeah. And like this guy didn't get any significance until this game, which is the most important game too. But the funny thing is,
Yeah, right, exactly. He's just been stuck on defense the whole time.
yeah, but he did a good job.
Yeah, yes he did. Yes he did.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, what he's marking Rio throughout it all
Mm-hmm.
because
Exactly. He was told to mark Rio, by the way, by Isagi.
I yeah,
Isagi
by
was the one that
Itsuki.
told him to do it. But yeah,
Yeah,
like let's get back to Isagi though. Like I just found it so funny that Nagi called him a creature. Like the pot calling the kettle black was the phrase.
yeah, right, exactly. Because I think it's already happened once or twice where Isagi has referred to Nagi as a creature or a monster, you know?
Oh no, in this case like yeah, you're right. But in this case it's Nagi now calling him a creature.
Well, right. No, yeah, and I just think that's interesting with their I don't know how they define creatures, you know? Like Isagi calls him a creature because he's so amazed by him. And then it seems like Nagi's calling him a creature because he's so confused by him.
Yeah.
What's with that creature? Just like,
Yeah.
huh? Like, why does he still have this drive, even though, it's so much work, basically? He has to put in so much effort and so much work to do something. What kind of creature would do that?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, it's just, yeah, their definitions on creature is just very interesting to me. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Nagi is going to be really drawn to Isagi after this whole elimination round.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like he'll still have to produce results though. But yeah, you're right. You
Mm.
know, if they produce results, then yeah, obviously he's gonna be interested in him, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, right, exactly.
But I mean, I will say though, that like under normal circumstances, I mean, like Nagi says, like I would have just given up. Like you're so bad at soccer. I was like, why even be interested in this guy at all? But I guess it's not really a competitive aspect. It's more like it's because he's like outside of the thinking of competitive aspect, I guess, in that
Mm.
like he's so bad, yet he's still trying so hard. It's like, like don't you see just how bad you are, and yet and you're still gonna keep going like this? Like you're still gonna act like you can win? That's crazy. Like
Yeah,
what could be like what how can one think like that, even though you're you should know that you'll lose because of just how bad you are, your inability to be someone, to be a striker, to be good enough to do this, right?
right, yeah.
But yeah, yeah, well, what, like any other thoughts about that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just gotta see more of their relationship develop and everything. Isagi
Hmm.
and Nagi, what happens with them. But yeah, I mean, definitely after Nagi just gives that comment, calling him a creature and whatnot, it definitely sparks more interest in
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
just
that is
like
true.
I feel
That
like
one comment.
there's gonna be a lot of I don't know, there's gonna be character development for him that we will get to witness. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
hoping that we get to witness.
Oh yeah,
But maybe
yeah.
where he starts to try more because he's inspired by Isagi.
Hmm.
Because yeah, that's like Isagi's shtick. He's not the most talented character in this show by any means, but he does inspire others to push further.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, especially from the from just like the physical aspect of him anyway.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but like people always be just, putting down uh others for their physicality and whatnot, and like, oh, these guys are clearly better because they have better physicality, they have better dribbling, they have better this and that, right? But
Yep. Yep.
always putting down the character with just because they have the most boring skill set, right? Like this guy can't dribble, he can't like do trick shots, he's not super strong or whatever, right?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I say that, but Isagi has actually done a really good job of gaining his popularity anyway. Like people really love Isagi actually. So that's also something to note. Is that like Blue Lock, they did a good job of making this seemingly very, boring character or whatever actually quite hype, right? It's not just
Yeah.
about the character design being like, oh, he's just normal. It's about how you execute that character, right?
Yeah. 100%.
And again with Igaguri, right? That's another example of the same thing, right?
True. True.
Yeah. I mean, like people still aren't gonna notice him though, because like I mean, he's just doing a few things here and there, and like they don't like emphasize on it, like oh, he blocked the shot. Oh my god! Like they don't do that for him.
Yeah,
That
they
like
don't do like a big pause or anyone else's reactions. It's just he gets hit in the face.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like that's why he's not getting any numbers or whatever. Or like, getting a close up of his face and like being all monster looking like Isagi would, right? It was like all the spiral eyes and shit. Like they don't do that for him.
Right, right. Yeah.
Like they have to do like to get noticed. You have to have all that shit going on. Like
Yeah,
it's so
exactly.
stupid.
No, he's just got a little bit of blood on his face, basically.
Yeah. Oh man. Like, yeah, I know. I mean, of course, for sure, like, when like that is how you hype up a character, that is how you execute it. But like sometimes it just sounds so stupid when you like go into the meta of things. Like when I go into the meta of it, it's just like like this is the same thing, but all you did was, execute it better, basically,
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah, they put more effort into their execution of it all, and
Even though it's like the
yeah.
same thing. Like, okay, not to like put them down or anything with how they did with Isagi. I think that they did a good job. But like, I'm gonna mention another anime now. It's called um Solo Leveling. You know it?
Oh yeah, I've seen a bit of that. Yeah.
You've seen a bit of it, right? But
Yeah,
like,
I just think it's
yeah.
just the first season I've seen.
Oh, you've watched it.
Yeah, read
Oh,
the manga, the first volume of the manga, and then I watched, I think it was just the full first season. Is there
okay.
two
How'd you
out
think
now,
of the
or?
first season? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I read the manga first, and so I mean, I thought it followed along pretty well, and yeah, it was cool seeing a lot of the animation and whatnot.
hmm
I enjoyed it. I mean, I think I've seen some social media sites that it currently in the running, or did it get like anime of the
Yes.
year or something?
Yes. Yes. It got
Yeah,
anime of
see,
the
I
year.
mean, yeah, I saw that the other day, and I was literally thinking, like, I wonder what Victor thinks about this, because I know I brought up a couple different animes to you, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's just like, they're copying a trope that's already been kind of, done over and over. It's nothing special, this and that. So I was kind of curious on your thoughts of it, because I thought you wouldn't be too impressed with it, but now you're bringing it up, so maybe I was wrong.
hmm Oh, what were those other animes that?
I think Kaiju number 8 was one that
Ah,
I brought up, and I feel
okay.
like I did bring up Solo Leveling. It was
hmm
we were watching or talking. It was when we were doing a lot of our game making stuff, and then
Yeah,
Solo
yeah.
Leveling I brought up because of we were making video games and whatnot. So
Yep, yep. But yeah, I mean, it is as you guessed, and what you expected. It's like it's a very common trope or whatever, or like the story is very bland. The guy
yeah,
is just, the entire story is he gets a lot stronger, and he just keeps grinding and grinding and grinding, and like,
he's Solo Leveling. Yeah,
yeah,
right, right.
and like I don't like that those type of shows. I mean, the thing is that I can relate, like, because I've done that. I've been there. I've been
Yeah,
like, on top of the chops or whatever in MMORPGs or whatever, right? And like did
yeah,
that solo leveling stuff, and for me, like, oh my god, such a bore. Holy crap!
yeah,
Like spending hours and hours on end, just grinding for a few levels in here and there or whatever, and just to
yeah,
get to the
yeah,
top or whatever. And like, it's just so inefficient and all that. But um, yeah, I don't like it when a story is straightforward. Um,
yeah. Right, right.
and like and like everything has already been done. It's like it's basically the most vanilla thing I've ever heard. Um,
Yeah, right. It's like not they're not putting a whole lot of effort into I feel like character development or really even story development, it's just,
yeah, it's
yep,
the
he's
story
gonna
that
get to
really
point B.
does it.
Yeah, like he's gonna get there eventually, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of obstacles. It's just, yep, the
Yeah.
obstacle is is he willing to put in the time,
Mm-hmm.
to grind. I mean, I
Mm.
know like there's like, oh, if you don't do this challenge, you will die kind of thing. And so it's like, okay, so there's a little more initiative for him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
But
I get where
like,
you're coming from. Very
yeah,
vanilla.
from what I heard, right, solo leveling, I mean, he just like shoots up very quickly, and everything is just like not really much to him anymore. He's just like he'll keep grinding, but there's no like real stakes. It's just everything looks epic, and that's all there is to it. It's just like as people were saying, aura farming. You know, it's just aura
Yeah,
farming all the
right.
time. Like, oh, what a Giga Chad, what a
Basically,
Giga Chad,
yeah.
every single episode, I guess.
Yeah, right. I mean, like I said, there's some challenges that seem like I don't know. It seems like it's just something that would go against like his nature and whatnot. And then he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." And then um the punishment for him not completing a challenge like that in order to gain experience points would be death, I think, and a couple of them. It's just like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I got to do it." It takes away the whole uh I don't know, it takes away the opportunity for a character to really kind of go back and forth in their head on their morals and what it's just like,
Mm,
well, I guess if I don't kill this baby, I'm gonna die. So I'm the main
yeah.
character. The anime needs to go on, so killing the baby.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I mean, I don't really have a problem with that one though. I mean, because like the thing is that when people are given choices that they can't that they well they don't have a choice really, then yes they do become a lot stronger. Um, like I think one example is Guts, right? Like with Berserk. I mean,
Mm.
a lot of the times he's never given a choice there, and the storytelling there is still very good. Um, but it's good because he's just always suffering, really. Uh, and
Poor
in this
guy.
solo leveling, uh, he's just aura farming, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
watch the show, so that's why I wanted your opinion on it. Really, it's like, okay, you watched the first season, so like let's go just a little bit into that anyway. Is what I
Yeah.
was like thinking. But yeah.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure I completed the first season.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, I saw everything that I read in the anime or
Mm.
I read in the manga be in the anime. So with that, I mean, like the beginning of Solo Leveling, I felt was really good because it was about the main character. I think his name was Jin Woo or something like that.
Yep. Yep.
Jin Woo. But
Yeah.
yeah, he is like, super weak and he's has to do so
Yeah.
much in order to survive. And so it's kind of like, oh, this guy, he's a really likable character because he's going so far beyond himself and
Mm.
whatnot. But then, like
Mm-hmm.
you said, like it's like once he grasps the abilities, like or the his potential, once he kind of just takes a hold of it, it feels like the character is completely. It's like almost like he's a completely different character. And then, from what I remember, it's just him, yeah, easily kind of just leveling up and following this now like video game like prompts that he continues to see pop up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like a
yeah,
routine.
yeah, it's kind of like, like if I'm gonna grind in Witcher for the next week and I'm okay, now, it's between 3 and 4, time to just go kill some monsters for the next hour. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like
Very
just
straightforward.
routine. Yeah, very straightforward. Yeah.
Like he didn't have to think about it. He just had to follow something.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, like these prompts and whatnot, they just pop up. It's not like he's venturing out of his comfort zone in a new world to really go, further as a character. He's just, yeah, all right, now do this, now do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Exactly.
it was entertaining from the animation aspect, like
Mm-hmm.
really great job done by the animators of that one. But yeah, the writing of it, it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad. I mean, with what they're trying to do, they are succeeding for sure. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just not that kind of anime, or not the anime that I'm gonna invest a lot of time in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see. I see. Yeah, but apparently, like season two gets like even better animation or some shit like that. I don't even know. But
Uh,
the thing was that like the the beginning is again very common trope with isekai fantasy animes. Is like, oh, they always start off so weak and then blah blah blah. And like I get tired of seeing that type of character. I get tired of seeing that MC. But it was refreshing hearing your opinion, like about him being weak is nice to see, and that was refreshing to hear. A new perspective of that. But at the same time, I've just seen it way too many times. And then again, he's just following process. Like he's not figuring anything out, right? He's just doing things and then getting stronger, and like there's nothing to that. There's like there's no meat to that.
True.
And so like that, like just hear it. Like every time I ask someone about solo leveling, they never really have any good arguments as to what makes it so good in terms of story. Like they just like see really good artwork, and that's what makes it so great. Oh my god, goated art style, goated. And then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, so what the story is like, oh yeah, he's just leveling, grinding, that's it. It's like, okay, well, that's not something to invest into, so I'm not even gonna like I did entertain watching like one or two episodes of the anime. That was about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Like, there's a lot better anime out there to watch right now.
Yeah. But in any case
Like
though.
Blue Lock.
Yeah. Like Blue Lock.
Moving back into the anime we're doing this podcast about
Right?
now.
Yeah. But it's still like, I mean, yeah, if comparing to Blue Lock, like look at how much thinking that they have to do. Look at how much like strategizing that needs to be done. Look at how much that they have to evolve themselves, and like evolving themselves in a way that's like uh even though it's straightforward that they have to evolve,
Mhm.
it's how they evolved that is so interesting, like the execution of that. Like
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
Kunigami having to do a stop spin shot, which he never did before or something like that. And it's like he just threw it out there, not even knowing that he could do it, I guess. Because from what I could tell on his face, right, he was just as surprised as anybody else, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
And I don't
There
have to
didn't
explain
seem to be any
Bachira.
planning. Yeah, Bachira. Jeez. No, yeah. This anime also over solo leveling. It just focuses on so many different characters with such different personalities. It's not just one main character and a couple side characters that enter the episodes here and there.
Hmm.
It's like all
Yeah.
these guys constantly growing together, and we get to see that as viewers. And then you got the outsiders like Ego here watching them as well. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like the mystery of it. Like I want to see obviously more about him and his past. We've gotten the tidbits here and there, but just leaves you wanting more. Or at least leaves
Hmm.
me wanting more. Feel
Yep.
like the
Yep.
bags under his eyes get bigger and bigger every episode too. Like,
Yeah.
just feels like they're growing.
Yeah, yeah. But in any case, though, yeah. So that's pretty funny how you're like, like you got it that Ego was just talking about basically Isagi. I mean, what was going on in his head and everything. Like he was like watching him specifically. It seems,
Hmm.
um, from the
Yeah,
screen.
putting all these pieces together finally to form the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's funny. Isagi here is wondering like, oh, what do I need to do to level up? And then it flashes the ego and like, this is what he needs to do in order to level up.
Yeah, it's
It's
to
like, oh,
realize
yeah, right.
realize something about
Uh,
yourself. Yeah.
so I feel like next episode we're gonna see a huge breakthrough for Isagi. Big
Oh yeah.
character development. Yeah.
100%. Like they're just building up to it. Uh but yeah, like and then yeah, besides that though, so Raichi, right? Like the entire game he was stalking him and harassing him basically. Um
Yeah. Rio. Yeah.
just getting in
Areo.
his space and always getting on his nerves with the way that he's talking to him, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Oh yeah. I
like
love it.
mhm.
He's playing
Like
the mental game on him.
yeah, yeah. Like he actually, you know, at the end of the day, like with his way of thinking, he can if he's stalking someone, then he'll get to know them.
Yeah.
And
Right,
it was
yeah.
like,
I
I'll
mean, that's a
eat
good
you
point.
up. Uh, but yeah. Yeah, and like they're like giving, these pointers that basically, yeah, this is their game. Like Rio needs Nagi and Nagi needs Rio, right?
Yeah, so as soon as they can separate those two, the team becomes significantly weaker.
Yeah, yeah, and just as the game's going on, right?
Boom,
But
jeez. There's
before this, okay, before this
yeah.
though, like like they got 2 points, and like they're still, and those guys are still at three. They haven't scored since, so yeah, they
Mhm.
would get on their nerves at this point. So this is again good writing, like and and yeah, as you were gonna get into it, right? Raichi getting elbowed in the neck, like oh,
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna
no.
hurt though.
Yeah, no, that and the Temple Monk kid getting hit in the face with the ball, like those are probably two of the highlights. I just got a good laugh out of both of them. Like
Hmm.
Raichi, like even though right here it seems like Raichi's like surprised by it all. I mean, I'm sure there's a slight surprise, but that seemed to me to be his intention,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get him so riled up that he loses his composure.
yeah, yeah.
Because yeah, Rio, he's been like cool and calm throughout it all, but now with Raichi chirping in his ear constantly and saying all this these insulting comments and
Provoking him.
everything, provoking him, yeah, he finally drew a yellow card, and so if he can draw
Yeah,
one more, he'll really succeed in separating Nagi and Rio then.
yeah. It's just so like funny to me because like who does that, right? Who just like elbows someone like that? Like yeah. This is really showing his greenness, really, like how green he is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, along with the physicality of any sport, like a big thing too is the mentality. You have to keep that cool and calm composure so you can perform at your peak.
Mm-hmm. But
And
like
yeah,
even just like
Raichi.
getting violent like that. I mean, with hockey, that's fine because that's the highlight of the sport. Like everybody loves it. So,
Right.
you
Everyone
know,
loves the fighting. Yep.
but in soccer, that's not a thing. We don't do that here.
Yeah, well, in most games like soccer and even like football, uh, a thing is like what these physical altercations do is it ruins the momentum, it has a chance at ruining the momentum of the team and whatnot.
Mm,
And so then it kind of throws everyone off. Not only do you break the mentality of a single player, but you break the momentum of the other of the your opposing team.
mm,
Like in like in here, we see that he got a yellow card, and so I don't know. I didn't see it. They didn't like stop the play or anything, right? They just showed that it was a yellow card or announced a yellow card and then continued playing, right?
yep, yep,
Yeah, like, so that would just kind of stall the momentum right there for a second, and, like, in a sport like American football, you
yeah.
have, like, someone, punch someone or anything like that, it's not only do they stop the play, but they also give them, like, a penalty, like, you lose 10 yards, you have to move 10 yards back, and if you were already, you know, losing the momentum with just stop of the play, then you're definitely losing a lot more by having to you lose ground that you've already gained. Have to regain
Mm-hmm.
that now.
I see, I see, yeah. But in this case, yeah, they do like, the Team Z does get the ball anyway. I think that maybe that was the penalty.
Okay, yeah, that could be it right there. So then it gives the other team the advantage. And now we
Mm-hmm.
see, yeah, Shiguri versus Specs here, the battle of speed.
Yeah, yeah. Like the thing is, yeah, like Rio had the ball. And then like after he elbowed him, now Chigiri gets the ball.
Right, so yeah, there's a yellow card for opponent.
Yeah. But in any case though, uh so that's how it goes. Like
Yeah, penalty kick, yeah, that's what
yeah,
it
there you
is.
go. I'm pretty sure that was Raichi that kicked it to him. Oh, like you even see them in the background too, by the way.
Yeah.
uh, like this is a better use of background. Like you could have done this blur thing in episode 2 or 3 or whatever, right? Like
Oh, when
yeah,
you made that comment about the different animation styles or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like with the 3D, like adding 3D to the backgrounds, like
Right.
you could have.
Yeah, it just looked as soon as you pointed it out, I couldn't stop noticing it. I was just so like, "What?" But yeah,
Yeah.
the blur technique is way better, yeah. Just puts more
Mhm.
focus on, Shigiri here.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. So I mean, okay, yeah, this is the last thing that we'll talk about is them, right? It's like,
Mhm.
I was, I mean, in my first impression, I was quite surprised. But what about you? Like, okay, what do you have to say about this?
I mean, I kind of had a feeling that Shigiri was gonna overcome it, but
But you
yeah,
didn't know how, right?
I didn't exactly know how. I thought for sure it was gonna be he was gonna have to not just beat him with his speed, but like, go beyond speed and, maybe, finesse the ball around the field and whatnot, but he does the whole pass into himself thing again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then, yeah, here, I mean, we see that Speedy Specs is passing him right there, but
yeah.
and then he insults him right there, "Stupid Specs." "No one calls me stupid except for the people that know me." Like
I love that. Yeah, yeah.
like,
This is
God.
yeah, this is like one of those things about these types of anime. It's like they give unique characters that you'd never see anywhere else. Like
Yeah,
what kind of character is this?
yeah, right.
Uh,
So funny.
yeah, that's the fun of it. Like I doubt Solo Leveling has anything like this, let's be honest.
Right, yeah, exactly. I don't recall anything close to this. Any of
Right?
these interesting, unique characters are not just common tropes.
Yeah. Seriously, like if anything, he's outside. He's actually the opposite.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like he has the glasses, he looks smart, but he's actually quite dumb.
Yeah, right. He's the
uh,
opposite of what he looks.
yeah, yeah. What was it? Subverting expectations. That's what it was.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
In any case, though, yeah. So at the end of it all, Chigiri has the better maintaining speed, right? That's what it is. Or
Right,
like
yeah.
when it comes to a longer sprint, he will be faster.
Right, he has the endurance to maintain that speed instead of just doing the short burst throughout the field like
Mhm.
Speedy Specs does.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's like something like 30 to 50 meters, or some shit like that. That like the speedy specs will be better, but then after that, like Chigiri will overcome him.
Right, yeah,
Something
exactly.
like that. Ah, there he
Yeah,
is
so that
again.
explains yeah, cool on. But yeah, that
Yeah.
explains why he did that long pass to himself then,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
he knew that if
Exactly.
he passed it further, out of the range of Speedy Specs, he could just outrun him in the
Yeah.
long run.
Yeah. I mean, I personally didn't like it because it's like, shouldn't there be someone there? Like, hello? Like,
It's
even if you're
risky.
passing to yourself, like, there's gotta be someone that's gonna go over there. It's like this is a very long
Yeah,
run that they're gonna go through.
yeah, like, that's just so weird, like, do the rest of the players just like, "Oh, I'm gonna respect their, battle of speed, I'll step aside."
Yeah,
Like,
right.
what are you guys doing? Is everyone
Maybe
else
maybe
just
that
that
was the
slow?
case actually. Maybe that.
Maybe.
Because it's like,
I
oh,
could see that.
they're so confident in their Speedy Specs guy. They're so confident that he'll win.
Yeah, right.
Not a
They're just like,
problem.
"I'm not gonna do nothing."
I'll just wait over
Like, way
here.
to go. Yeah, right, like, way to be an extra, Jesus Christos.
Way to be an extra. That's good. I love that so much.
They're all just like, "Oh, no, they're not paying me enough to be a to be a
Uh,
main character, to be a focal point in this episode."
yeah, no, it's not like I want to be the best fight striker or anything.
They're probably like, "I'm still blurred out, man, I can't run forward." Like,
Oh my god,
uh,
crazy. But yeah, okay, so we'll end it off here anyway. Thank you again for doing this with me. And yeah, so we'll see you guys next episode.
yeah, yeah, the guys definitely wanna hear the next one. I feel like we're gonna see a lot more. Like, this episode was great, but I feel like the next episode's even gonna top it,
Of course,
so yeah,
because
we'll see you guys next time.
I'm probably gonna conclude it by next one for sure. Anyway,
Mhm.
lock off.
See ya.